Hello again. It's Anessa from Sheer Excellence Dog Grooming Academy and Rosie again. Rosie, can you show them your eyes this time? Nope, it's hidden by hair. There's my eyes. Alright, anyway. Well, Rosie's in today. Like I said, she's my dog. And she's in today. Well, let's just say she's here for a flea bath. So we're going to do Tropiclean Flea and Tick on her. It's got natural neem product in it. So we are going to take our measuring bottle and we're going to get nice, cozy, warm water going. Cozy for Rosie. I'll get it all warmed up for you, girl. Let's see. Make sure that I have everything here. So Rosie today is going to get the blueberry facial. We use Tropiclean line. And she is going to get the paw pad conditioner, also Tropiclean. And she is also going to get her teeth brushed with Fresh Breath from Tropiclean. So she's got a lot going on. So we're going to do the flea shampoo, and then we always follow up with a good conditioner, because I believe that a lot of the shampoos strip natural oils from the dog's coat. So we're going to follow up with the Kelco Ultra Silk, which we have fell in love with. So, oh yeah, and also we have our toothbrush ready to go for toothbrushing. There's many things you can use for toothbrushing. You can use, they sell little finger brushes. Usually I have one around. You can use, I've heard of gauze. You can wrap your finger in gauze and just use that to brush. Anything that's going to get in there and it's going to scrub the plaque and tartar off is good. Okay, so again, we have our measuring bottle. The flea shampoo is 5 to 1. It's right here on the bottle, 5 to 1. I'm going to put the water up to this line right here, and the rest is going to be shampoo to here. So I'm filling up some warm shampoo for Rosie. If I lift up on the funnel a little bit, then the water will flow in there a little bit easier. Alright, let me check my measurement. Oh, dang. Alright, that's right on. Cool. Okay, so then 5 to 1. So I've got a little pumper here. This flea shampoo. I like the long, tall pumps. Just keep that in mind, because this one's like pump, 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 little short pumps. But I like those big, long ones because they just get it done right away. So I'm just going to pump a ton of flea shampoo in there. Yep, as a groomer, you have to develop a lot of patience. Or you could just take the lid off and pour it in if you don't have patience. So I do have patience, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to take it off and pour it right in, so that'll go a little faster. We don't have time to waste. There's a lot to take in with this video. Pouring, 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 pouring. This one's got a nice citrus smell that you either love or you hate. It smells like oranges. Half of my groomers here hate it. I don't care, as long as it kills fleas and it doesn't put a bunch of chemicals on my dog. I really don't care what it smells like, because there's colognes and conditioners to follow. Okay, give it a really good shake. Real good shake. That way it gets all over the body. And with all that water in there and diluted, it makes it easy to spray. Sorry, Rosie, I didn't mean to scare you. Okay, she didn't know she was getting a bath. You'd think she'd know about being in the tub. I'm just going to leave her collar on because I like to wash it every time I wash her. I'll take it and let it hang dry later, but I get it all soapy. Good girl. Okay, notice how I'm keeping the sprayer nice and close to the skin. If you spray like this, the dogs, they don't like it. It stresses them out. Just like if somebody was spraying at your face. You know, if they had it close and kind of calm, you'd be like, okay, this might work. It's like a little spa. It's good. But if they're spraying from afar, you're like, hey, 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 hey. It's a little bit offensive. So I've got that nice water going. I'm soaking. I'm touching every part of her body and drenching it. I'm just drenching it. I'm going to make her stand up. Can you stand up, baby? Oh, I think I'm going to make her stand up. She's like, I don't think so. All right. The water's warmed up real good. So I'm going to turn it down just a little bit, because you don't want it You can test it on your forearm, and you don't want it too hot. You just want it nice and lukewarm, comfortable. Taking this water right down her leg, which you cannot see. Can I move you over? Oh, I like to talk to them. I think they know what you're saying. I have a Lhasa that comes in, and I tell her, Tochi, turn around. And she turns. I just give her a little tap on the shoulder, and she turns. So I like to think they know what we're saying. They're pretty brilliant, actually. People don't give them enough credit. Okay, I've gave her a good soak. Notice that I have not even touched her head. I don't like getting the heads wet until very end, because if you do that, they'll just shake on you the entire bath, and you'll be drenched. And I don't like to get drenched when I'm giving a bath. I take a shower when I get home. I don't need one here. Because you guys get a shower like what? Maybe every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. So you don't need to be vengeful and get me all wet too. Alright, I make sure to get all this shampoo. I'll put it on my hand to take it up under her belly. But a lot of people forget to get the belly wet and get the belly shampoo. But fleas and dirt, I mean, they lay on that a lot. So I put it all over her. I also work it really good into her paws. I give her a little massage, and I spread her toes apart. It's a good time to feel for spear grass, stickers, cuts, bites, and you can let the pet parent know if there's anything going on. Let me get all good. All these legs here, especially if they have fleas, the fleas like to hide up in the paws. And so the more like up in the armpits and up in the paws you can get, the more likely you are to kill those little boogers. I hate fleas. And we're in Texas, so they are bad. It's like almost December here and we're still battling fleas. It's ridiculous. Okay, so Rosie doesn't really have fleas. I mean, she is itching for some reason, but it's not fleas, I don't think, because she's on flea control. But the neem is real soothing to the skin, so I just did it anyway, and just because maybe she had one on her. We do kind of live out in the country. So typically you would leave it on for 5 or 10 minutes, but because I'm doing a video tutorial for you, I want to speed it up because I'm sure you're like falling asleep right now. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse her off. I'm going to scrub her. Also want to show you real quick all the cool tools. These aren't all of them, but that's a lot of them. All the cool tools you can use when bathing. You want to smell them, Rosie? You got little scrubbers with little nubbies that really work into the coat. Sometimes if you're an older groomer, your hands get kind of sore from bathing, and those are really good because you don't have to keep your fingers locked up all the time like that. This is real good for getting some shedding fur off. It's a real good one. And another nubby, because you've got to have all different colors, right? You got a pink and blue. And then this one was interesting. I bought it at Petco. It's supposed to, you put soap in the top and it's supposed to dispense, but it just poured out the bottom, so I wasn't very impressed. But you can still use it for scrubbing. Then you've got like little hand gloves and all kinds of cool stuff. You got this one, and it's got hair on it. This one's good if you have kids at the salon with you and you let them help you because it's a cute little one. So those are your different tools you can use. Oh, and my favorite one. Wouldn't use it on Rosie, but on short-haired dogs or terriers, or cocker spaniels, a pumice stone. It's awesome. I always keep it by the tub. Dogs that need their skin exfoliated, stuff like that. It's really great. You can get these for like 10 bucks on Amazon. Okay, let's keep on rinsing her. She's like, hello. Good girl. You can scoot back a little bit, Rosie, and right up in the camera. She's ready for her close-up. She's a movie star. So it's very, very important to rinse them really good. And again, I'm keeping that sprayer up against because the pressure is getting into the second coat, especially on your double-coated dogs. It really gets in there. She's a wavy, curly coat dog, but it's still good to keep it close. I work that shampoo so good into the feet that I need to make sure I rinse that really good. Lots of people say, my dog itches, and they don't realize that rinsing in the bathtub is a really important part. If you leave that shampoo or soap on, it just causes flaky skin and itchiness. Okay, so I have got her rinsed really good. Rosie, you're going to hate me for the next one, but I promised my students I would do it. They're just going to hate me. I think I even hate me for it. Okay, I'm going to give you a treat. Where's the treats? The treat should always be within arm's reach. Everything should be within arm's reach. That way you're not putting the dog at risk. Never, ever, 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 ever leave a dog in the tub. Ever. All right, Rosie, turn around. Come here. Come get this treat. Am I confusing you? Good girl. There you go. Yes, everybody wants to see your butt instead of your head. Not, but they have to. Okay, so I've got my glove nearby. I think you know what's coming. Maybe you don't. If not, it's the glands. And if you don't want to watch this part of the video, just fast on forward. I'm going to give her one more treat so she doesn't really hate me. Okay, so usually bigger dogs don't need it. Usually it's smaller dogs. But what you're going to do is you're going to lift up on the tail. The higher you lift the tail, of course, you have to be careful because it's attached to their spine and you don't want to hurt them. The higher you lift the tail, the more that the sacs protrude out. There's not in the middle, they're on the two sides, okay? So you're going to press in like this, and you're going to press pretty far in, and you're going to feel some knobs. And when you feel some knobs, oh God, this has got to be the highlight of my career. Okay, I don't think she has it. Okay. I'm not going to do hers because she says that's not what I like. Anyway, it did release a little bit because I can smell it, and she can smell it too. It released a little, and that's good with me. I don't want to cause the dogs any kind of stress or pain because I want them to come back, and I want them to like me. I do what I do as a groomer as far as the glands, but you reach territory where it's actually a vet's area. And if they're swinging back and they're not really caring for you to do it, then that's a vet's area, I think. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do the conditioner. I still haven't rinsed or washed the head because I don't want to get soaking wet. I don't know, a drop of water on me right now. Okay, so conditioner, the Telco Ultra Silk, it is, how much is it? I think it is 64 to 1, okay? Let me see if I can find a bottle that has 64 on it. That's a pretty high number. We have a PetSmith bottle somewhere, but I don't think it's in here. You're going to basically do the same thing. I don't really need it because I've been doing this for so long I can figure it out. But if you find a bottle that has 64 in it, you're going to fill the water up to the 64 mark, and the rest is going to be water. So what it means is you don't have to use a lot of the conditioner. I do the full bottle of water, maybe I do like up to 16 or 20, and then I do 3 pumps conditioner is what I just normally do. And it works really well. We haven't seen any itchiness or flakiness or anything from our return clients that come on a 2, 4, 6 week cycle. Okay, got my conditioner. Now the conditioner, you've got to make sure you really shake it up. You really want it to get all over. Good girl, you're doing good, baby. Okay, I already soaked her. So I'm going to spray the conditioner starting at the nape of the neck. You can't really see it, but you can see it coming down on the sides. Going down the spine, let it get all over the tail. On the shoulders. She is short coated right now because I shaved her down with the number 4 a few weeks ago. But if she was in her long coat, you'd have to probably use a bottle and a half, 2 bottles. Okay, I used most of it except for about a quarter of it. I'm going to put it aside because I want to save that for her ears. Okay, during this time, this is whenever she's going to get her paw pad treatment. So, you just open up the paw pad treatment. And Rosie, can you back up a little bit, honey? Oh, she can be a little stubborn. Okay, so you're going to lift the paw. You never want to lift their paw above this line right here. You never want to take it too high up because it hurts them. They have a certain point of reference that they can go to. Alright, so I'm going to put it, it's really to condition these pads right here because they can get so tough. Just going to put a little on. I'm going to massage it in. Oh, that feels so good. You deserve it. Good girl. Also, part of the treatment and the add-on is telling them that they're amazing and gorgeous. And so next time they come in, they drag their parent in because they love it. Gone are the days where we shuffle dogs in and out the door. We treat them like cattle. Gone are those days. These days they're family members. These days they're ones that we love. And we treat them to spa days because they deserve it, because they protect us. And they make us laugh. Think of it, they're like our Netflix. They're like our home security system. I mean, we really do get a good deal when we get them. They're our best friends. They're our snugglers. Okay, so usually you would leave it on for 5 minutes, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to rinse it off. And because she gets conditioner every time, she doesn't need an extended amount of it. But if you have a dog that's matted, you could leave it on for, a good 10 minutes, or the longer you leave it, the better. Sometimes you can even work the mats out while the conditioner's on. Remember to rinse up under the belly, in the armpits, chest area. Get your sprayer on every single part of the body and drench it, soak it wet. Good girl. Make sure that you rinse it all. Keep your hand gliding down the body, because it'll help you feel where there's still soap or conditioner in the body. I don't turn them around a whole lot or move them around a whole lot because it raises the chances of them slipping and sliding and pulling a muscle and hurting themselves. And it also raises their stress level. If I had it my way, I'd have one of those micro bubble tubs, or it's the new thing that everybody has where the bubbles, they just fill up the tub and let the dog soak in the bubbles and the bubbles do all the work. I would, but those things are expensive. Okay, I think I've got her pretty well rinsed. Not saying you're not worth it, Rosie. So now I'm going to squeegee all of this off of her body, all the water off her body. Good girl, good girl. Oh, she's beautiful. Squeegee down the leg to the back foot. Get the other leg. Okay, other leg. Okay, now I can wash the head. Now that we're on the head. Sorry for my skin shot. You can't hide, Rosie. Okay, maybe I'll do it like this. There we go. There she is. Pieces and pieces of her. Okay, now I'm going to do the head. I squeegeed the hair off the body, or the water off the body, and now when she shakes, I won't get completely drenched. I'll just get a little drenched. Can you stand back, girl? You're going to get water outside the tub. There you go. Okay, I'm going to cover her eyes when I wash her and make sure her nose is down so that water doesn't drain in her nose. It takes like, what, a teaspoon of water to drown a dog, something like that, going up in the nose. So you got to be careful with that. She also has an ear infection, so I'm leaving the ear flap down, making sure that it covers. You can put cotton balls in their ears and all that, but every time I've ever done it to her, she's shaking them out. Okay, where is my blueberry facial? I just showed it to you guys, so you know it's around here. Here it is. Okay. So again, the blueberry facial, I'm just going to take it, and instead of using like 3 different things on her head, I'm just going to do her whole head in this. Yeah, we'll leave it right there. That's kind of cool looking. Okay, start in the back, and I'll be careful of her with that ear infection and give her this blueberry facial. Blueberry is good because it's a natural whitener, and that's why it's so popular these days. Try not to get it like completely directly on her eyes. She loves this. Good girl. Good girl. I'm gonna need a little bit more for the ears. She's got big old long hip ears. Spread it around. And being careful, baby. I know your ear hurts you. Got medicine to put in after this. It'll feel so good. There, she's so relaxed. Okay. I would normally let the facial sit for 3 minutes, but You know why. I'm rinsing it quicker. Covering her eyes again, pointing her nose down. She's such a good dog. Normally dogs don't let you do this. She's a good learning and practice dog. Oh my gosh, her ears are so dirty. I wish you guys could see all this brown stuff coming off. It's gross. Sorry, girl. That's my fault. I should have bathed you sooner. You are definitely snuggling with me tonight. Ooh, look at that brown water. Yuck. Okay. Remember that conditioner I held back? Time to put it on. The conditioner is not tearless, so I'm just going to try to, okay, there we go. I'm just going to try to put it gently around here. A good thing to use is maybe a washcloth. You can get a washcloth wet. Moisten the washcloth. Get it wet. And wipe. You can wipe the eye boogers out. Put your head down. Wipe those eye boogers out. You can also use a flea comb inside not inside, but rather in front of the eyes. See, this is why it's good to have everything right by the bathtub. Flea comb popped in my head and it's right there. I can grab it. She's got some eye boogers, so you just take it, corner of the eye away and out, and you get those eye boogers out of there. Okay, Rosie, we're going to rinse your head, and unless I can think of anything else that I forgot, you are done with your bath anyway. There's still the blow drying. Good girl. You got to scoot back. You're getting water outside the bathtub. So now I'm getting water on me, but it's not as bad as it would have been. It's only because I'm leaning against the tub and she's dripping her water all over the outside of it. Okay. So that's pretty good. I'm going to squeegee her little head. Okay. And squeegee her ears out. Get a lot of water drain when you squeegee. Okay. Always have your towel ready to go. It seems like it's simple just to give a bath, right? Until you realize you need all these things to do the bath properly. This is my favorite part. Like this. We're having some work done in the background. Ignore the drywall. Look at that. It's so sweet. You can't see it because the light's in your way, but she's so sweet when I got some towel dried on her face. I don't know why dogs just love it so much. And she's got that ear infection, so I gotta be careful with that ear. Okay. Alright, let's move this over a little bit. Okay. Now, depending on her mood, she's kind of relaxed, but sometimes I get vigorous and I just play with her, but she's pretty laid back tonight, so I'm gonna do a relaxing towel dry. Like this. Good girl. I'll tell her she's beautiful. She's a good girl. And she's going to smell so good now. Yeah. She's going to smell so good. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, so after the bath, sometimes I cheat with these dogs because I don't do my groom straight through anymore. Sometimes I'll put them in a kennel dryer for like 15 minutes. It's a no heat kennel dryer. It's basically just a fan. And you keep the room comfortable at room temperature so they don't get cold or they don't get hot. You keep the AC on or a heater. And just let them calmly blow dry. A high velocity dryer is like zzz, and a kennel dryer is more like woo. And so it's not as stressful as it used to be. Back in the day they had these heated ones, and those are the ones that got the bad rap, was the ones that had heat, because groomers would be like, I can just go out for lunch and just leave a dog in there, and dogs overheat way quicker than we do. So lots of dogs would, you know, get sick or die from heat stroke. But we don't use those heat dryers anymore in kennel dryers. It's just not safe. So, but I would normally kennel dryer her, but I'm going to show you the beginnings of, I got to be real careful because she does have that ear infection. This is called a happy hoodie. And with this, you put it on over their head. I don't even know if she's going to let me. I don't want to hurt her. Normally it's comforting, but if they've got an ear infection, it's not like their favorite thing. why I'm being super gentle. You put this on and it dries their ears, besides making them look like a greyhound. It dries their ears up, and when you go to turn the high velocity dryer on, it's not so loud in their ears. Look at her. Well, this side doesn't look like now she doesn't look like she's falling asleep. A minute ago, her eyes were closing and she was just so relaxed. Just a good girl. So it just keeps them calm. That's why they call it a happy hoodie. So I would leave this on. I would leave her in the bathtub so I don't have to move her around a whole lot. I put a towel down at her feet so it'll absorb all the water that I shoot off of her with the velocity dryer, the high velocity dryer. Because I'm just going to show you that while I already have her in the tub. Like I said, I normally kennel dryer her and then I come back and fluff dry her. So kennel dryer will leave their hair kind of sticking to itself and kind of stringy looking, but a fluff dryer makes the hair stand straight up on its ends, so you get that really cool velvet soft look, that extra mile look that you took your time and you did your job right. If you just put them in the kennel dryer and you leave it kind of stringy looking, it's kind of like she's a groomer that does it really fast, and you know, that's okay, because some dogs need to be done like super fast and some clients want it done super fast. But if you're really going for that fantastic look, you want to use the force dryer to force the hair up on its high ends. I mean, there's other reasons you would use a kennel dryer if the dog doesn't like a force dryer and stuff like that. So there's multiple reasons, but to get that wow factor, you need the force dryer. So the force dryer looks like, let me roll it over here. Okay, so the force dryer looks like this. Can you move your head, baby? There you go. Looks like this. Has a long hose that goes to it. It has toggle switches that turn it off and on, and it has variable speed, so it can be real low for puppies, or it can be real high for a husky to force that coat out. It's got 3 heat settings rather, because it's got the real hot, and then it's got the mildly hot, and then it's got the middle where there's no heat at all. So there's lots of choices. And so let's take this back, set it back down. Okay, so what you do with the force dryer, I like to start it on the low heat because after they take their bath, it's kind of cold, you know, for them. So I put it on the low heat and low speed. So I'm just going to show you the sound. If it wasn't Rosie, oh hey, you can see me. If it wasn't Rosie, I would hold on to the dog, because a lot of times you turn these dryers on and they just go woo and they like try to fly away. So I'm going to put my hand on Rosie and I'm going to pet her, love her. I put the dryer in my armpit to hold on to it, and then I'm just going to turn it on. Oh, she did good. So if she didn't do good, I would keep it on low. I would also take the condenser comb off, because the pressure is not so high when you take it off, and it kind of muffles the sound a little bit more. Sorry about the light in the back. And so that makes it calmer. So low speed, no cone for puppies with a lot of warmth, and just go slow. Every time they freak out, turn off, give them a treat, and start over again. Rosie is a pro. I mean, she's a groomer's dog, so she's got this. So for Rosie, we're gonna go high. Here's the difference of sound. She's got the happy hoodie on. She's happy. Okay, so that's what it's like to go high. I'm gonna turn it back down though, because I want to talk. So what I do is just like when I did the nails, I always start at the back of the back leg, back foot. Let me turn. This light is terrible. I'm going to start at the back foot. Let me move this down again. There we go. That's a little better. Back foot, and just start blowing. And when you're blowing, you're doing little things like this, right up against the skin, like very close. If you do it from far away, then the hair will start to spin around like a tornado, and it causes something called whip knots. So you do it close, that forces all the water out. And also, if you do it from far away, you might be here all day because it'll take forever. It's also offensive, just like the water, when you do it from far away. So up nice and close, and just work in little tiny, like this. Not like this. That goes crazy. Not in one spot, but little tiny motions back and forth. Just stuff like that. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, and like I said, you start from the back and you work your way forward. I was just doing it up front so you could see it really good. So that would probably take me, if I did her completely wet, it'd probably take me about 30 minutes on high, on warm. So I'm going to pull the happy hoodie off. Let's see. Make sure I don't pull her hair with it. There we go. I know it was cozy. I'm sorry. Let me just shake it. Okay. For the ears, you're going to take the condenser cone off. Good girl. Every time she shakes that, gets some water off for you. She's helping you. You're going to take the condenser comb off, turn it on low. You're going to put the ear, you're going to lay the ear against your palm. Can you look that way? Lay the ear against your palm like this. And with the back side of your hand, block her ear canal so it doesn't go in her ear. And you're just going to, alright, she's not going to turn her head. So let me see if I can move this camera better. She's like, I don't have to. Okay, she doesn't like this part. But you're just going to take it. You see how my hand is on this side? And then the back of my hand's blocking the ear canal. And I'm holding it up against her head too, so a lot of air won't go in. And you just blow dry like this. If you want to blow dry the ends really fast, you take the hair in your hand and you get the little tinies. And then you can put it right up against and let that hair and dry those ends really fast. I'm going to turn it up because she's totally used to this. I know, she doesn't really like it, but she tolerates it. Good girl. Good. You want to do the other side? Okay. I know. I love you too. You do the other side. I gotta get your ears dry. And then you again, like the water, I put my hand over their eyes and I go like this so that their eyes are blocked. And I'll blow dry the top of her head. A lot of dogs will not stand still for you like this. She's a model, so she's used to it. If they don't like it, just turn it low and on warm. If they don't like that, then use a human blow dryer. It's calmer. She's going to let me get right between the eyes. Nobody does that. No dogs do that. Rosie, you're being a ridiculous model now. You're setting the bar too high. I know. I love you too. I know you're saying stop, really. Okay. And if I want to blow dry the side of her face, I'll block her ears with my hand like this, and I'll blow dry her head like this. Her ears are blocked off. Good girl. This is why I like to let the kennel dryer do most of the work. There's not a whole lot of dogs that like their face blow dried, so that's why I like to let the kennel dryer do the bulk of the wetness for me and get that off of there, and then I'll come back and fluff dry so they don't have to sit there for that entire time. So Miss Rosie is going to go in the kennel dryer while I clean up my mess. I think that's it, you guys. Yeah, she's cold, so I need to get her in a warm place. Thank you so much. Almost 35 minutes. I hope you didn't fall asleep. All right, until next time. Say bye.